Particularly in England's loss to France to open their Women's Euro title defence, France served up a tactical masterclass. They exposed England's shaky shape and dominated the game, but why did it work? Welcome back to your Gully Girls Guide to Football Tactics. Let's talk midfield overloads, high pressing, and what exactly went wrong for the Lionesses in their opening match of the Euros. There were three key tactics that facilitated France's dominant win: overrunning the midfield, pressing high, and swift counters which followed the turnovers they forced with their high pressing. France set up in a 4-3-3 formation, a back four with fullbacks de Almeida and Basha alongside centre-backs Sombart and Lecras, a front three of Baltimore on the left, Cascarino on the right and Katoto playing centrally, and a midfield three of Gayoro, Jean-Francois and Karshawi. And this trio was the cause of that beneficial midfield overload. A midfield overload is when one team fields more players in the middle of the pitch than their opponent, which creates a numerical advantage that makes it easier to control possession, dictate the tempo, and break through pressure. Comparing that to England's formation, the Lionesses set up in a 4-2-3-1, with Stanway and Walsh playing a double pivot in midfield. But with only those two against Gayoro, Jean-Francois and Karshawi, that created a 3v2 midfield overload. England's narrow setup of only two midfielders left space for France's midfield trio to dominate, and the numerical advantage led to gaps that they repeatedly exploited. This was paired with a relentless high press from Le Bleu. A high press is when a team defends with their players higher up the pitch, with the aim to win the ball back in the opponent's half and pressure the opponent near to their own goal. This allows them to win the ball back quickly before the opponent can build an attack, by forcing mistakes or rushed passes higher up the field. France pressed aggressively, capitalizing on every poor touch from the Lionesses, who often misplaced their passes under the pressure. England struggled to play through France's press, and these forced turnovers allowed France to win possession higher up the pitch and launch quick counters. France's two goals, scored by Sandy Baltimore and Marie-Antoinette Katoto, both inevitably came from turnovers and quick counterattacks forced by their high pressing. Overall, France was sharp, using tactics that perfectly exploited England's weaknesses. And despite the Lionesses' late surge of domination and the long-range strike from Kira Walsh, the French defense held firm. And in the end, the defending champions England are left with a mountain to climb for any hope of even advancing to the knockouts of this Euros. We'll see how this blockbuster Group D shapes up within this next round of the group stage. But right now, France are looking like fierce title contenders alongside Spain. Stay tuned for more coverage during this summer of women's football and follow for more Girly Girls Guides to Football.